Come on, please. Please. Come on, give me that fix. Give me that fix.
I played 6 holes today after work and then went and played tennis. Dude, ever since I started smoking weed before get taken to court, I've been playing the best tennis of my life. Like,
See why these pro athletes do it, man.
I've been controlling.
Percy Harvin, bro.
I've been slow. The game slowed down. I missed one volley today, and it was at my shoelaces. Like, I've been hitting everything. So yeah, I feel pretty good. You didn't catch COVID, did you?
I don't know. I never got tested.
But you never felt bad?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. There's a couple times I was sick. I felt pretty shitty. But then again, I don't know. I didn't want to go to work either, so who knows? Yeah. Never was vaccinated, so.
Really?
Nope.
You should probably get one.
I've got that $50,000 jizz, man.
That's
a line, bro.
What do you mean?
Dude, because
you got that Djokovic jizz?
It hasn't been fucked with.
That goddamn Aaron Rodgers jizz? Hello and welcome to this thing we call Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play. I'm your host, Anthony Variano, and I'm joined tonight, currently, by one of the brothers Haas, Bradley Haas. How are you, my friend?
What's up? Doing good. Doing good, bro.
Good. So, the Vikings, 3-0, huh? Who the fuck?
I don't know. Let's talk Lynx, bro. Let's talk.
Oh, that's a good place to start. I like the Lynx. I love the Lynx. I was at the game the other day, and I tell you what, man, Diana Taurasi still got it. That was my big takeaway. Holy smokes, can she still shoot it? She is a liability defensively, but that team came back and gave us a bit of a scare there late. We led that game almost wire to wire. I'm pretty sure they didn't have a lead until the fourth quarter. Speaking of the Mercury, I got the Dream on and the Liberty, and the Dreamer giving the Liberty a run for their money too. So these WNBA playoffs are going to be fun, folks. On our last episode, you might have remembered I picked the Lynx to win the whole goddamn thing, and then the Las Vegas Aces seem to have found something that makes me scared. So
they turned it. When you got the unanimous MVP, I mean, she's tough to stop.
Oh my God, dude! She's single season record for points scored, single season record for rebounds and blocks. If I told my sister it should have been unanimous before I checked it to see if it was unanimous, and she's like, it wasn't. I was like, it was. Well, good. It should have been.
I mean, who else could honestly.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've said over and over in a world where Asia doesn't exist, Fee is the MVP this season.
Okay, so here's the deal. Let's turn it over to say men's basketball. The Jordan years. Jordan should have won the MVP every single year during their bare minimum during their 6-year run.
Their 6 championship run.
Every fucking year. But it's like they felt sorry. Oh, we're going to give it to Karl.
Well, they do that in the NBA. They do it right now. They gave it to Joel Embiid because they were tired of giving it to Jokic. Jokic is obviously the best player in the NBA.
At this moment, yeah. I mean,
but they do the writers, the people who vote on that stuff do that in the NBA.
I mean, 8 years ago.
They did it in the W last year. They gave it to goddamn Stewie. And it's just like, no, it was A'ja Wilson. I'm sorry. Stewie is not as good a defender. Asia's the defensive player of the year. This should be easy.
Well, and that's where they have to redefine the most valuable player.
I agree with you. I don't think it should go to the best player necessarily. It should go to the player that does the most for its team. And for me, the year that Stewie won, that was actually Alyssa Thomas, who I still think does more for her team than just about any. Without her, they're the last place team in the league.
Well, I'll go right now. Let's go with the Rookie of the Year, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. That's. I mean,
number 1 overall draft picked. Their team wasn't expected to do a fucking thing. Number 1, she has to put up with the media. And nobody fucking likes her. Nobody likes her. The media likes her. The fans like her.
White folk, yeah.
Nobody that plays in the WNBA likes her.
Oh, the referees don't seem to like her. She takes a lot of shit calls.
So all the bullshit that she put up with this year and still put up unreal fucking numbers.
Well, she's going to be
rookie.
unanimous rookie of the year.
She was. No, she wasn't.
Wasn't unanimous?
No. Angel Reese got 1 vote for some fucking prick.
Oh,
are you
God.
fucking
Probably
kidding
a
me?
local writer, for Chicago.
I don't know.
Awards.
I mean,
why
don't they just, instead of doing this with fucking sports writers that all get like a certain vote, and I don't know
that never played the sport.
and I don't know what makes you accredited to be in the voting. I mean, I'm sure it's out there, why these guys have votes and shit.
Write for a paper of record for a certain, and then apply. I mean, yeah.
But I mean, why not just turn it over like all-star voting now and just leave it to the fucking fans, and then
Zaza Pachulia winning the MVP.
Well, that's I mean, how's it any fucking different though when you think about it? Like in all reality, I mean,
I think they should have a combination of coaches poll. They should have, and they might in the W. They should have a coaches poll and a player poll, and both those should determine 75% of the vote, and then you can do a fan vote, and that could be 25%. That way,
I wouldn't go the fan. Really the fan vote shouldn't like with the FCS, they do like a stats vote. It's I don't know what stats stands for. It's one of their accredited things that with the NCAA, probably like the PFF grades and stuff like that. Some independent thing that does this. But yeah, they need to definitely change shit because I don't know. Like Elijah Wilson, yeah, she's the best player in the WNBA. Like she is. She should have won the MVP.
Asia Wilson, yeah.
I mean, sorry.
I don't know who Elijah is.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about the Bible.
The Dream are up 5 on the Liberty right now. Did not see that coming. This is a game in New York. Damn. So I mean, the Dream, I didn't see winning a game against Liberty in these playoffs. So that's surprising to me.
How cool is it too that, sorry to cut you off, that it's not as like lopsided.
No, you did have, last season you complained a bit about the lopsidedness of the playoff games. And I told you this year that this was going to be the most competitive season for the WNBA, just because of the talent in the rookie class. And it seems to be the case. Like a lot of these teams have made really big jumps just based on the rookies that they drafted this season.
I didn't think the Lynx were going to be this good, man. No way.
Dude, nobody really did. It's kind of similar to the Vikings. Like this, it's astounding. Like nobody saw Alana Smith being a top 10 3-point shooter in the league. I did not see that coming at all. I didn't see the Lynx playing with pace. I mean, what Cheryl Reeve has done this season is pretty unprecedented. And
do you pronounce it Collier or is it Collier?
Collier. Yeah, Nafisa Collier.
Dude,
has basically been the second best player in the league.
38 points.
And she's been better than Asia Wilson in all the games they've played. Yeah. She basically willed that team to victory last night because it was a tale of two halves, classic tale of two halves. We were shooting over 50% from 3 in the first half. I think we were shooting close to, 58% from the field in the first half. And then the Mercury just fucking go off at the second half. They're shooting 50% from 3. They're shooting 60% from the field. And God, it was a great game to watch. It was a lot of fun. I really liked my seats too. I took the corner at the top of the lower level, and that's perfect, man. That's all you need. Filled the lower bowl. Pretty good crowd.
I can't believe they don't fill that fucking place, man.
Oh, they will when you know who shows up though. If they pull Caitlin Clark, they'll fill the whole fucking place. There were I went to the Aces game when they were here, and the next day the Lynx were playing the Fever, and everybody who was there for the Fever game was there. Well, not everybody, but a lot of the Iowans were there for the Aces game the night before.
Yeah, but still,
the Aces have 2 Hawkeyes on their team, Gustafson and Kate Martin. And so, yeah, it was a pretty good Iowa contingent in that place. It will be the same. I'm telling you, Indiana's got a chance to actually get out of the first round because they're going to have the hardest place to play in the playoffs. It'll be the toughest place to play.
But they can do like they can fill up any stadium. I mean, there's more Caitlin Clark
filled
fans.
the goddamn hockey arena in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, 20,000 fans to the rafters. It was insane. Yeah, she's the lady Michael Jordan, and it's so nice to have her. It really is.
And she don't get a fucking call, man. Like,
well, she gets plenty of technicals. Technicals against. She almost missed it. She almost got suspended for a game because of so many technicals. That's
funny thing is, though, is a lot of those technicals aren't like at the ref. It's for hitting the stanchion or hitting a chair or what I mean.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
Dude, such bullshit.
Dudes
stuff.
do that in the NBA every fucking game. They smack the stanchion or the pad underneath the hoop. That's ridiculous. No, she's held to a ridiculous standard. Just insane. It's not fair.
She comes to the arena every fucking day and shows up. She didn't in the first round, her first round game. She did not. Do they play tonight?
Well, they're gonna defend to take her away, and that's got to. That's the first thing you have to do. She's still gonna kill you with her passing, though. That was one thing that you told me about that I wasn't really aware of. Because I wasn't watching her in college a lot, that her passing ability was so underrated. Oh, she might be one of the best passers of the basketball from the high backcourt of anybody I've ever seen.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah. Rookie record for assists, right? And that's the thing is she played in college with, a low post center. And she's playing further away from the basket than anybody does in the sport and is still managing to lead the league in assists.
I read a thing. A guy has us ranked 3rd, and he said our glaring weakness is at right guard. Yeah, but if you can be 3-0 and the only hole on your team is your right guard,
dude, Tyler Culver, our favorite special guest host. We're live on YouTube, by the way. I think I'm supposed to let you know that, Brad, just to make sure that you don't sue me. Your brother is an attorney after all. Michael Haas is at a bar with fellow attorneys currently. But
what a loser.
He's joining us later. He'll be good and drunk. He does a better show when he's good and drunk. And he's going to be mad because the Twins are so bad.
Dude, fucking 4-0. They are trash.
They are really they don't have any depth. All the depth they had last year, gone. We'll talk about that too.
No, to think that the Tigers and the fucking Royals,
the only team that's going to be missing the playoffs outside of Chicago in the AL Central is Minnesota. Yeah.
What's a bigger disappointment, though? The Chicago White Sox, who are absolutely garbage.
It all hurts the same. They at least got to stop watching the season earlier.
No, I feel sorry for all these fuckheads out here. The stadium looks pretty decently packed. Why would you waste your money on this garbage? You
got the Twins game on? What's the score?
4-0, the Marlins.
Oh my God.
Bottom of the second.
Oh my God. Yeah, they have no starting pitching. They've got nothing. They've got all three of their two of the three big three.
Classic Bailey Ober second inning.
Yeah. No, we always talk about that too. It's
dude, if he can get through the first 2 innings, he's a decent pitcher.
We used to say that Ober's mistakes were smaller than Joe Ryan, which made him better. And now look, we're like, God, I miss Joe Ryan so much. Oh. All right. Well, let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
The 3-0 Vikings. The best defense in the sport outside of who's the Steelers? Steelers have given up 10 points. Haven't given up more than 10 points in any game they played.
Yeah, I think we give up 10, 13, 11, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So
yeah, they've given up 13 less points than us, but they've also played shittier teams, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I would say that the teams that we played weren't exactly healthy. Houston was. We absolutely
This is where I'm going to stop you. I am so if we're healthy, are we putting up 40 or 50 then a game against these teams?
You mean if like Addison's in the lineup?
Hawk is in the lineup.
I hope so.
I mean, maybe Risner starting at right guard. Is he a better choice? Like, I mean that. I'm sick of it.
There.
Like, don't get me wrong, Christian McCaffrey, dude, he's a freak. He's a freak.
And their offensive line sustained injuries too that affected that game, I think.
Well, that's what happens when you hold out and you don't practice, Trent Williams. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can make excuses. I don't get why nobody's jumping on the Vikings bandwagon yet. And maybe I don't want them to. But
yeah,
inside,
we can keep surprising people. That's fine by me.
Inside that locker room, though, like they all think that there's something special. If you like, Aaron Jones said,
Aaron Jones has been freaking terrific.
Jetta said the same thing. You know, if you think we're going to be a surprise, here we come. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Be afraid. I mean, their offense is wow. Wow.
Right. Like
we knew the defense was going to be great, but the offense has been a surprise.
Don't think any of us would have thought the defense would be great. I thought they would be good.
Oh no, I knew they were going to be probably. They were a top 10 defense last season. They got to be improved this season. I figured they'd be a top 5 defense this season.
But improve with we overhauled. We have 4 or 5 new starters.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
They're all improvements, right? They're all improvements.
Right.
The last,
No huge names, in all reality, if you think about it. No, superstars that
cast-offs, a lot of them.
Right. I mean,
Cashman, people could have had a lot of these guys people could have had. You know?
I mean, like
Pat Jones. Who the fuck is Pat Jones?
Bro, he's good.
He's a terrific,
what's the Grenard or
right?
Hey,
also a former Texan.
I'll trade. I'll. You guys have Daniil Hunter and his $26 million a year. We'll take this guy for 12.
Yeah,
like he's
got
younger,
a blitzing genius who can fucking get sacks from whoever he wants.
So why
Harrison Smith wants a sack, he gets a sack.
So what I think is why, like now, I mean, I was always optimistic. I figured we'd be, I don't know, 9-8. The best 11-6, something like that, give or take.
Now it's shit. It makes it pretty goddamn easy to make the playoffs with a 3-0 start.
Well, we got what? Green Bay.
Yeah. Even if you lose both of those games,
Green Bay. Then we play the Jets. The Jets. That's a coin toss going to London. I'm not too. I'm not too worried about the Jets.
Don't bet on that game either.
And then we come back with somebody else. Who? Let me. Is it easier for you to do?
Not really. I don't really follow the Vikings. This is your beat.
And then we got the Lions.
So you split those.
But we do have a bye week after the Jets game, which is huge. Honestly,
early.
Maybe. I think we go in. I think we kick the shit out of the Packers. Honestly, like I
would love that.
And then the Jets game. I'll just say it's a coin flip going to London.
Yeah, those games
same way with them. Like it's shit. And then the Lions. We got the Lions at home after a bye week. I mean, that's huge. You can get rested up.
Yeah, you can win that one easy. Yeah.
Then we got the
Rams. The Lions don't look as good as they were last year. So they
don't.
They're not even running the ball as well.
I mean, and then you run it off. I mean, it's the next 3 games. Even if we win one of the next 3 games, and we go into our first 6 games, and we're sitting at 4-2, and then you follow that up with the Rams, the Colts, the Jaguars. They don't look good. The Titans look like shit. The Bears
look good.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
I don't know.
Bust already.
Our guy Jaden, who we wanted to move up.
We love. I know. The guy we wanted sure looks fucking good. We're pretty good at picking these quarterbacks.
Cardinals, not worried about it. Falcons.
Not really.
Falcons are a tough team. Like they're a tough team. Maybe we're better than I thought. I mean, a phantom no interference call in the end zone kind of screwed them. I mean, Kirk Cousins back-to-back games look pretty fucking good. Prime time
looks good in the 2-minute drill, man.
Bro,
always.
And then we got the Bears, the Seahawks, the Packers, and the Lions. Like 5 losses, I'm thinking. Like, honestly, if our offensive line stays healthy, I think we can lose a quarterback. It definitely doesn't suit us as well. But then again, Nick Mullins, who's the last guy to throw for 400 yards in the NFL? Nick fucking Mullins. I mean, on defense, it's just fucking plug and play a goddamn athlete.
Yeah.
You didn't even know that Ivan Pace.
If we lose a corner, man, and there's a competent quarterback on the other side, it's going to be.
But with the scheme, we're not playing like so much man to man. I mean, like what is crazy is like when he brings those guys up and we're in zero coverage.
Yeah.
The cornerbacks are dropping back to be safeties. Like, I mean, this guy's a fucking genius. He'll never get a head coaching job because of the shit he went through, which is kind of bullshit.
Oh, Tyler and I disagree with you there, and it looks like Tyler might actually be able to join us here soon, because I think that carousel is going to come right back around for him. He's too good. He's simply too good defensively to not hire as your head coach. Simply too good. You pair him with like a really great offensive coordinator. Do what the Commanders did with Dan Quinn and Quisenberry, and you got yourself a fucking problem. Like, those guys are good. Like, they've got fucking problems all over the field for you. That McLaurin is fucking good and has been for a long time. He's going to be tough to cover. They can run the football. They can get to the quarterback. That's what I'm most worried about in the Green Bay game is Green Bay's got a pass rush, and Sam Darnold's going to have less and less time, and Ingram.
Do they have any fucking worse of a pass rush, though, than the 49ers had?
I don't know.
Or any better? Do they have any better than a pass rush than the fucking Texans? The Texans on paper are good. What stands out?
Both those guys are playoff teams, and they didn't look like it last week.
What stands out with the Pack? Their corners are better.
Yeah, that's the difference maker, right? Like, if you've got cover corners who can, make the quarterback hold on to the ball longer, it sure makes all your defensive ends and pass rushers look better.
I wish we were bigger where I could have like all the stats up, because I think like one game Jair Alexander shut down.
Oh, I can bring that up for you, bud. Shut
down Jettas, but the other game, no. Like I mean, like.
Oh no, I don't think Alexander can. I don't think anybody can cover. The only thing that ever covered fucking Justin Jefferson in Green Bay was the goddamn fucking turf.
Yeah,
the turf
fair enough.
was in fucking terrible condition. They put fucking water all over that shit right before the fucking game. That's fucking Bush League.
I mean, who the fuck is Jalen Naylor? Like, are you?
I got some dude. The guy is fast as fuck. Is who he is. Oh my god, the man's
Dude, that pass, pass last week coming across the end zone when Darnold hit him, and for him to hold on the ball. I mean,
I'm telling you, my two favorite bets now are anytime touchdowns for Munt, the backup tight end for the Minnesota, who's getting more playing time because Hawkinson's out, and anytime touchdown for Naylor. I think those are solid bets.
I don't know, man.
Boy, they probably, it looks like they made it really rough on Will Levis in that first game. He had 260 yards, but he threw 2 picks, and I'm sure that's due to the pressure. And that game was over early.
He's not good though.
They had a 70% chance of winning by the fucking end of the first quarter. Green Bay.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. Like you throw a pick 6 and shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, he does stupid shit like that. I thought I liked Will Levis, and now I'm not even sure. Like he looks. But I mean, Josh Allen did that too for a while, and now look at him. He's the best quarterback in football. He took 8 sacks. They got to him 8 times. Jesus. Whew.
No, I would like to see Malik Willis. See what this could fuck, even Jordan Love, man. Our defense is 10 times better this year than it was last year. I mean,
I don't know. We might be the best defense in football.
Oh,
like, that's the
100%.
thing. They all got to stay healthy, though. I don't know that it's a deep defense. That's the scary thing for me.
Dude, they're shuffling guys in on that defensive line all the time. Our linebackers are all shuffling in. I mean,
I'm just talking about corner. Just the defensive backs. Corner and safety are my two biggest concerns.
But you can hide that stuff as long as you're putting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we're going to blitz 65% of the time. 2/3 of the time, we're coming after you. I love that. I love that about Brian Flores. Jesus Christ. I've never enjoyed watching Minnesota sports teams more than I have the last year or so. Like the Timberwolves play the style of basketball I love. Now the Lynx do too. Defense into offense, fucking transition offense, quick scores with pace, fucking 3-pointers. Although I don't like that they exploit the corner three so much, but I mean, shit, if that's what you got, that's what you do, I suppose. So
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like when I was over there with you a couple of weeks ago to watch the 49ers game, after we scored the first touchdown, like I was like, this game's over. Like this game is absolutely over. Like I really
crowd was fucking insane in both of those games.
No, dude, it wasn't like.
Oh, you said there was a lot of.
I bet you it was 45%.
San Francisco fans in there.
Yeah, I bet it was 45%. And then to see this last game, like me and my uncle talked about, nobody gave the Vikings a shot. Not even Minnesota fans. They sold all their season tickets to fucking 49ers fans and shit. And it's like, come on, guys. We got a chance here, you know,
right.
At least
they came back strong against the Texans.
Dude, they did. It was nuts. It was good to see. And now I think we're locked in. They're like, holy shit, man, this team. I mean, I said it after the Giants game too. Like how they played after the Giants game, I was like, I like this team. Like I like what they did. I liked how the defense played. I mean, we made them look like we've made every team look like idiots, you know.
So we're third in points scored, and we are second in points allowed, which makes us third in differential with a plus 55, 9 points behind the Bills.
Well, yeah, and they just
and only the Saints are up there because they fucking ran up the score against two teams this week and then managed to fucking get absolutely shut down by the Eagles defense. So
which I don't get
solvable. They're solvable. Like that's the thing. This league is so fucking weird, man. Like college is so much easier to predict. Like if you're gonna bet on football, bet on college football because this NFL game is fucking. I think like 5.5 point underdogs are like 14-2 in the first
biggest
2 weeks of the fucking season.
The biggest dogs so far in the first 3 weeks have all lost.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's I think our strength lies on the offensive line.
You think that's a strength? See, I'd see that as a weakness because
no, what I'm saying
I know there can't be depth there, and you know there's.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I worded it wrong. We cannot afford to get hurt on the offensive line.
Yeah,
I mean to run a play action pass after we stop a team on the 2-yard line to throw a 97-yard touchdown. I like the play call.
I do too.
But you got to know that you can block. And where you at, Bo?
Or you're giving up 2 points and potentially 3 to 7 more. Yeah.
No, and I like them going on 4th downs on some of the plays.
Oh yeah, I love an aggressive offense.
That first game on the 2-yard line, go for it. Like I fuck field goals, even though our field goal kicker is pretty good. Like
I think we have a kicker.
I do too.
I'm ready to declare we have a kicker.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see when it fucking matters. Blair Walsh,
57-yarder.
Gary Anderson, Ryan Longwell. We'll see when it matters.
Mike is letting us know that it's 4-1 Miami in the top of the 5th.
Uh-oh. Fuck, we're not talking about that. Give me a second. I need more beers.
More drinks. Drink break. Tyler, tell the people why Brian Flores is a genius. This is your time.
Coming in cold. Let's talk about Brian Flores.
Oh, my God. Let's get it on.
The most impressive man in all of sports.
a fucking genius that'll leave the Vikings after this season because he's too good at his job.
He has to. There's no way to go back.
Even with a fucking lawsuit against the NFL, someone will hire him.
Want to know my favorite top spot? He's on the sideline. He's got this. He's calling the play, and you can just see the fucking eyes, man.
I know.
Eyes and
I know. I think he has to wear sunglasses in that press conference. The picture that we use for the thumbnail for this show, he's wearing goddamn sunglasses in the press conference because I think if he were to take the goddamn sunglasses off, he would give you this face. The fucking
you would
mean mug face that would scare you to death.
Dude.
Scared the shit out of Tua, apparently. Go.
At the end, when Jets and Diggs are meeting each other at midfield after the game, and they're all hyped about it, and then Flores comes over to Diggs to give Diggs props, and which I miss Diggs now seeing all this. I miss the man, but he goes into Flores and he does one of these big ones, and he pops him in the chest twice. I'm like, oh, you are a brave man. You just popped Flores twice. You see that? Oh, man.
No.
Dude, what the fuck? Wait. What the fuck do you miss about that crying little bitch? Like, fuck Diggs.
Love the competitor in him. I love it.
Who are you talking about?
It's Diggsy. I miss the man. I like seeing him back.
You miss Diggs? I don't, because it resulted in Jefferson.
No, exactly. I'd much rather. I'm very happy with how the situation turned out, but I miss the guy. Minneapolis Miracle, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was beautiful. It was terrible defense by the Saints, though. And an awful throw. It wasn't even a good throw.
The bribe was just high enough for him to take the dive on that tackle. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know, the Saints are paid off easily.
Boys, this is what I call a Jamie Haterade. Jamie Hayter was former AEW women's world champion. It's fruit punch Gatorade, little vodka, slice of lime, slice of lemon.
Not bad.
Really good. It's great after playing tennis. It's hydrating.
It's almost like a dirty transfusion, man, on the golf course.
What's that?
Transfusion.
It's the same thing, except you put a little bit of ginger.
Oh, a little bubbly.
You do everything that you're doing, except you put a little ginger ale in it.
That sounds actually really good. I might have to try that on the golf course.
It's a golf course staple.
Nice.
Oh.
Fruit punch and ginger?
Fruit punch Gatorade.
Usually use like grape.
Weird. Okay.
It's fucking great. It's great.
Wow. I would not have had that. I would not guess that been good. So
not even in a second.
Oh.
What did I miss? What you guys already talk about?
Just like a little bit, like nothing. I mean, just
nothing really. Not too much.
I basically I'll lay out what I said. Like I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. I honestly,
Brad had this from the start. Like he said that we were going to be better than we thought we were going to be.
What I'm saying is like, I didn't think our defense would be this good with all the new acquisitions. Like on paper, like I
knew we were.
As a Vikings fan, I liked it. I didn't think they would coexist this well.
That chemistry came together quick.
These are all ex-Flores players already. So yeah.
So my biggest takeaway is we can lose anybody on the team right now except our offensive line. Our offensive line is what needs to stay
I'd say
healthy.
If we lose like Murphy on that corner,
fuck him,
or safety, I would be worried.
Let Evans come in.
Oh,
yeah, Evans is great. I
just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I think he performed well in a pinch last year.
The guy is great at stopping the run. Any play, he's a great tackling corner. I will give him that.
Huge from this. Gilmer's been great. He's been pretty good.
I mean, like on defense, Pat Jones is standing out. Like
really has. I didn't know what the fuck that guy was or where he came from, but holy smokes.
I think anybody can stand out if you're getting at the quarterback.
Right. That's my thing. I think in their defense, there's no one player. It's the whole unit. And I think the whole unit has bought into it this year.
It's the play design. It's where they're coming from and who's going where. And it's just Brian Flores putting guys in spaces where they can make plays.
But I think you have to have players that buy into that system,
That's very surprising that all these news guys would take to it that quickly. You see a lot of that. That's not the case throughout the league. Like these first 3 weeks for a lot of good teams have not been good because I don't think guys are committed to, like you look in Dallas. Dallas can't stop the run against anybody. Derrick Henry be damned. It don't matter who's back there. They are like unwilling tacklers. They're small. And I don't think that they're committed to that defensive scheme.
Call me crazy. Dallas on paper, I would take half of their defense, just their names alone, and I would love to have them on the Vikings, but they would not be as good because they don't buy in because they're all got the ego in the shit.
Tyler, what'd you say?
If they came with that Zimmer guy, I'd say, hell no.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the issue. Nobody wants to play for him. Everyone wants to play for Flo.
Exactly. And that's why it's hard to buy into the scheme, because like this old man is trying to tell these kids how to play ball, and they're like, this ain't gonna work. They don't trust the old man.
It was at the end of the game. They were already. It was probably 31-7 at that point. I think it was third and medium, 3rd and 6 or 4th and 6, whatever it was. Just still bonkers crazy. 2 down linemen, and they ended up rushing 6.
Yeah.
How long is it to, because it's a copycat league, it's people figure shit out. How long is it before they start figuring this shit out? Do you think they do?
No, it's just hard to, because that was in his post-game conference. He was saying how all this pre-snap motion is mentally exhausting on these guys.
Yeah. Yep.
It really is. And I can see it backfiring eventually pretty hard, to where, not hard, but you know what I mean, right? To where we're kind of trying to outthink ourselves. And right now everybody's on the same page, but the more and more you try and implement new stuff and try and do different things, and there's the possibility for it to be a little bit much.
There's only so many places to bring guys to the quarterback from, right? Yeah. Like you're going to exhaust everything eventually. But they've also, have they gone up against quarterbacks who are great at identifying where extra blitzers are coming from?
Stroud is one of the best in the league at throwing against pressure. He really is. Like last week, I forget who they played, but I remember the announcer saying the difference between the two quarterbacks is don't blitz Stroud, you're going to lose.
That's what most impressed me about our guy last night, the Commanders quarterback, the guy we wanted. Yeah.
Ooh.
He looked pretty bad in the first 2 games. Man, he was dropping dimes last night.
Well, and also the way he handled pressure, like he was making the decisions look easy and quick. Sam Darnold's been doing the same damn thing. Like the guy's made he hasn't made a bad play. Like take
he did. He did.
He made one bad throw
in the San Francisco game when Fred Warner intercepted him.
Okay, yeah.
He thought he could slip that in there, and he was going against too good of a fucking linebacker.
Slinger Sam.
He did a little shovel in the first quarter and got lucky on it. And then he did it again in the third. But at that point, everyone's just happy he was back in the game. So it's like, it's okay, Sam. It's okay.
Yeah. Just stay upright. Just stay upright. God, pray for his health.
He got it out of his hands.
I can't believe we're sitting here praying for the health of Sam Darnold.
Actually, I'm not.
Yeah, Brad, you said you also had this coming. It's like, put your money on Sam Darnold to be MVP.
Bill Belichick said it the best the other day. He's like, the only motherfuckers that didn't like Sam Darnold were the New York Jets. Yeah. Every other team he's played on, everybody loved him. They thought he was good. They think he's great. The 49ers loved him. They can't pay a backup quarterback $10 million when you're going to have to back up the Brinks truck for freaking Brock Purdy.
The last pick of the draft. Amazing.
So, I tell you what, and we were bullshitting through our text messages last night, I'm not saying if Sam Darnold takes us to the playoffs, he doesn't deserve money. If Sam Darnold takes us to the goddamn Super Bowl,
back up the truck,
throws less than 10 interceptions, doesn't have
that's
top
the thing.
Top 10 in yards.
It depends on him, though. It all depends on him. Because if he's going to stay for 2 years, I say we keep them both on, and then
keep them both.
Decide what happens.
You got JJ on a rookie deal. He's coming off pretty terrible injury. He's not going to be able to start week 1 next season, probably.
Yeah, by default, we're going the Packers trajectory, but just didn't trade up. And while we had Aaron Rodgers and just let him sit there and have no receivers forever.
JJ McCarthy isn't even at the games, is he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he is.
Is he?
Should be.
He was at one of them, but they have him pretty lock and key on what he's doing. Like, I mean, they're like, from what the shit I've read,
I think you're missing something though if you're not on the field for the games, right? Like if you're gonna,
he might be up. Maybe he's up in the booth. I don't. Maybe he's somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in a room at the stadium
he's
watching the video. Like,
regardless, he's getting it on video, whatever. They're doing their due diligence. This is the first time in probably Vikings history that I've actually believed in not only the coaching staff but the front office.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'd say we'd have to question it. I mean, they've had a couple drafts that weren't
drafts are hard.
The best. But I don't know. You
got to remember the Vikings have failed to make a selection in the draft twice. So
yeah. Here's my question. Vikings win the Super Bowl this year with Sam Darnold, and
why do you even bring that shit up?
It's all bro, we got a Super Bowl defense right now. Like we do. Like
Tyler, we got to let Tyler get his stuff out because we're stepping all over him here.
No, oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm probably doing that.
No, it's just because your microphone set up. We didn't get a chance to test that shit. So say what you were going to say.
Oh, no, you were just talking about Super Bowl. You said a hypothetical, but that's a little bit of a hypothetical. It's a little...
Okay, so give us the hypothetical, Brad. What is
I
it?
like the defense, man. I like the defense. I really, really do.
We've got championship defense. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, we do. So,
but it's an 18-week season, and we basically played 30 games of the MLB season, as David Sampson would say. And so there's a lot of fucking baseball yet to be played. And as we have seen, the Minnesota Twins can miss the playoffs after playing 150 games pretty quick.
You
watched you saw a quarterback last night in Trevor Lawrence, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he's
the truck.
Highest paid quarterback in the league, possibly.
No, Dak would be, right?
Oh yeah, Dak is.
Deal. Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is trash.
He's 0-8 in his last 8 games.
My boy right here, Sam Darnold, is younger than Joey Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if this motherfucker takes us to a Super Bowl, wins a Super Bowl.
If he wins a playoff game, you pay him.
Absolutely.
No, I don't pay him.
Yes.
Playoff. I'm sick and tired of winning a fucking.
I'm not talking $60 million.
It depends. Yeah, it all depends on what it is. But
you take me to fucking Super Bowl. No quarterback in my lifetime has ever been able to take us to the fucking Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You take us to the Super Bowl, back up the truck for him. I don't give a fuck.
Whatever
everybody
he
else
wants.
Well, in support of that, possibly, the defense is what it is. Obviously, they're top tier. So, they scored 34 points, but those were basically defensive points too. Like that offense against that game, against that defense does not score 34 points. 3 of those touchdowns were on short fields because of the defense.
I agree.
But the difference is with Darnold is he's great. The team's great in the red zone. They're great in the clutch. They're great. Those outs, those 6-yard outs, they've been hitting those all year long. The comebacks on the outside, and then obviously the corners.
He's got a cannon, a shoot of an arm.
They can get them third and mediums.
Yeah.
Easy now, like you expect them to. And they're a team that's brave enough, confident enough to go on fourth.
I like it.
That's what I think separates Kansas City. Kansas City was a team that you just did not want to see in 3rd and 8 because they're going to get it. They're always going to get it. And now you don't fear that anymore.
Yep.
But we can do that now.
Yeah.
The Steelers can't do that. They got great defense, but they can't do that.
No.
The Bills can. The Bills can do that.
Bills can do that.
Yeah.
Who's our highest paid defensive player? Do any of you guys know?
Harrison Smith.
Well, Harry took the cut, so it's not Harry.
No.
Who got paid the latest? Harrison?
Oh, it's going to be the cornerback.
Not Gilmore.
He's on a 2-year deal.
That's a good question. They're all
Tell us, Brad.
paid.
Did you know?
I don't know. I don't think
you
we're.
don't know the answer?
I bet you it's
I'll
Harrison
look
Smith.
it.
I bet you it's Harrison Smith.
After
because-
I don't know. I'd be surprised, but could be.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is.
I bet you it goes Jefferson, Darisaw, O'Neal.
Yeah.
And then after that, Harrison Smith. Like honestly, like that's what I'm saying is if Flores is truly going to be gone after this year, if we can find another guy young guy that can leech off of his system and get taught by him.
It's Murphy. It's Murphy at 10.9. I told you it was Murphy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's why you can afford then.
He's the guy that we can't afford to lose the most.
I disagree.
In my opinion.
I disagree. I don't think
Darisaw would be up there too.
Darisaw or O'Neal.
Both of them.
Yeah. O'Neal's the highest paid guy on the roster.
Good.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
not technically. Maybe technically.
Oh, he's
Jefferson,
making 22.9.
he probably got a signing bonus, so he's off the
Jefferson.
books this year.
Yeah, dead cap 88 million.
Yeah, just wait till next year when that 34 million kicks in.
God.
Hey,
That was a surprise. Holy shit. Lord of mercy. Yeah, he's making 8.5 million.
That's what I'm saying is like we don't need to do like our Daniil Hunter and pay him $20
Listen to
million
the
a year.
ages
Like,
of these guys, though. O'Neal, 29. Murphy, 26. Jefferson, 25. Smith, 35. Darisaw, 25. Oliver, 27. Bradbury, 29. Greenyard, 27. Phillips, 28. Darnold, 27. Gilmore, 34.
I still sticking by. Harrison makes this whole thing go though too. Even though
Metellus, 26. What a fucking stud Metellus is.
dude, he's good.
Oh, God.
good.
Van Ginkel. Oh,
Bang.
Jesus. This fucking team is so loaded defensively. It's amazing.
And think about Ivan Pace. We won't have to pay
We
him
haven't
for
even
whatever.
gotten to Cashman yet. He's 28.
And
We got Addison, who's 22, and we could trade his ass tomorrow, and I wouldn't miss him. I wouldn't miss him because
Yep.
Naylor's so good.
yeah, I mean, I
This
miss
is
him a little
insane.
bit. I miss him a little bit.
You'd miss him a little bit.
I love him out there, but get him.
Hawk
Nope.
has to be one of our highest paid players.
Oh, Hawk for sure. Yeah.
I haven't seen his name yet because it's probably on the
Maybe because he's on the pup list or the IR.
Yeah, he's
Here's
definitely.
Hawkinson, $7 million cap hit, dead cap 35.2. But he's
Yeah.
worth it. He's probably like the way Kelsey's playing. He's the best receiving tight end in the game.
Kelsey's old, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Done.
um,
What he's done, he's still a little bit of a. He's even.
Dude, he still had
just-
pretty good playoffs last year.
yeah, but I mean that's the thing. Like all tight ends this year is their performance is down. I mean, there's no tight end
Well,
that's
passing is down. Like it's just
100%.
nobody's throwing for 300 yards. Only Andy Dalton.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Everybody's. You know, they're all playing like they're playing the Chiefs. They're all playing that too high
Yeah.
little shell. They're all doing that now. So that I mean, the only ones that were beating it this year was two of them. That's not going to happen anymore with Tyreek. But obviously, it's going to change. People are going to figure it out. Offenses change, defense change. So, but the good thing is, this was probably the toughest stretch of our schedule.
Yeah.
Well,
Right?
we got our next 3 games. Our next 3 games definitely.
We covered the schedule. We
You
got
did.
through the schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, Green Bay and then
looks nice.
Jets next to whatever.
Yeah.
Then
I mean,
after
we got
that, not
Green
easy,
Bay.
not hard.
Green Bay. I think we go in there and blow them out. I think Jordan Love, if he plays, our defense is different than last year. If it's Malik Willis, the game's
Hey,
fucking over.
I got a
Like,
question for you.
the Jets game. I say that's a coin flip because we're
Because
traveling
it's in
across the
London.
pond. Like And then the Lions, I think we beat the Lions because we have a bye week, and then it's shit teams after that. Like
that Arizona was like the toughest one, maybe.
I mean, we got the Colts, the Rams.
I don't even know what to
Jaguars, the Titans. I don't know what to think about the Cardinals. Like I don't know.
I can see how Kyler Murray gives our defense problems, though.
Yeah,
possibly, yeah.
But he also can look like a chicken with his head cut off back there with that pressure. So that's what he does. He could do great against it. But.
Yeah. If you guys are the Packers, do you hold out love because the Vikings defense is coming after your ass?
That's my favorite question of the day.
I think you do. I think you just like, hey, we're just going to play it safe and let them go 4-0 because we're going to be in the playoffs anyways, and we'll kick their ass when it matters most.
Yeah.
And we'll save you from getting sacked potentially 6 times.
I agree. If the Packers didn't win last week and they're sitting at 1-2, 0-3.
They got to play him if they lose last week.
If they were in Minnesota, they would. They're in Green Bay. They probably play him.
You think they're going to play him, huh?
I do. That was another thing Flores said after is they have to scheme 2 quarterbacks this week. So it takes away from really. So if they come in and they're planning with that RPO with Malik, and that's not a thing, maybe it doesn't matter because
it takes snaps away from quarterbacks is what it does.
Yeah, I think they're going
to be as good as they could be potentially.
I think the Packers are stupid if they throw Jordan Love out there. I really do. Ultimately, I mean, they say that this injury, you really can't hurt it much worse.
Challenging.
But I mean, we've ended the Packers years before. Anthony Barr, Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
it wouldn't be smart. No,
they
haven't ruled him out of any of these games yet. So it seems like he's been close. So he might be better than we think.
And who knows? Maybe that's all LaFleur doing the scheme thing. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play him.
I got a question for you. Is Malik Willis the better quarterback against this defense of the Vikings?
No.
Just because of his mobility.
No,
he is fast. He's faster than I thought.
Yeah.
But
you move.
But no.
It
is something to be said though, the difference between being coached by a competent staff instead of playing with what he was, and that's the same thing with Darnold. He just didn't have competent, and then he got players around him. It's a whole different thing. So we really don't even know what Malik is yet. He could be.
Bro, we liked him. We liked him a couple of years ago.
He's got the Josh Dobbs effect going on for him right now.
Yeah. Do you guys remember like when we thought if he could fall to us in the draft, and he did, and it's like, why the fuck didn't we take him? Like,
but then again, we were kind of feeling that with Levis towards the end of last year. We're like, picking him, and
we talked about that already. Yeah, we might be off on Willis now.
Yeah.
I still like him because he reminds me of Josh Allen, the arm strength, the fucking way he makes hard throws look really easy.
Only because he fell to like 40th pick. Nobody wanted him.
Also,
picks.
I love his Mayo commercials. I'll be honest. I like him as a person.
I got no problem with it. He hasn't shown me reason to hate him yet, but we'll see at week 10 or whatever when we play him.
Hey, am I the only person who is really surprised by how wide Sam Darnold is? Have I brought this up yet with you guys? Like, if you see him in his press conference, his shoulders are fucking like 3 feet apart, a full yard apart.
He's got the Eagles wingspan.
Yeah.
The ball.
It's insane.
Yeah.
No wonder he can throw it fucking 65 yards in the air, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Man.
I think that makes him more likely to last the season too.
Do you know that's the sad thing?
Go ahead.
At the beginning of the year, you couldn't even bet on him to be MVP. Now,
really?
Now,
Brad wanted him at plus 10,000.
I did, dude. I would have taken him at whatever.
Yeah.
So today, I finally got to do it. He finally popped in there.
Really?
Oh,
plus 2,800 to win the MVP.
Hey!
Took him this long.
Our guy's on the list.
I suppose they do that on purpose, though, huh? Because you can't put out those big ass odds like that.
Oh yeah, no, they couldn't afford to absorb that loss. Yeah.
Well, that's called odds. There's no fucking human in their right mind except me that would put money on Sam Darnold to be the MVP.
You put 100 on it too.
I did.
Nice.
I love you, Brad. You are a crazy motherfucker. I love it.
Oh, the other crazy stat, I don't know if we talked about it at all, but they were running half the percentage of blitz that they did last year. They're at under 25% blitz percentage this year, and they have the most sacks in the league.
You're kidding.
Yep, under 25%. They were over 50 last year.
Yeah, through like 10 or 12 or 14 weeks, they were still at like 2/3 of the time they were bringing blitzes.
Under 25% right now. And
That's insane. Wow. Yeah. Well, maybe Brian is saving a little something for
like so much. They're running that 3-4, which looks like 5 people up.
Well, every play they fucking look like they're bringing a blitz there.
Yeah. Or they're running the dogs nickel with the two linebackers in the middle and dropping out.
Yeah,
they're just fucking with people.
Well, they're really good cover linebackers. Yep. They can run sideline to sideline.
They pull back quick.
Like I told Tony too, like a lot of the times what they're doing too is they're bringing those safeties up to look like they're going, and the safeties turn into the cornerbacks, and the cornerbacks turn into the safeties, and like the quarterback's just like, what the fuck do I do? Like, and then the next time,
you got 2.5 seconds to think about this.
And then
Jesus Christ.
And then the next time, here comes Harrison Smith off the corner unblocked, and then the guy's like, what the fuck? That would have been the greatest interception. I thought he had it, man.
That
would have been yeah. Dude, is Harrison Smith a Hall of Famer?
Yes. He's been snubbed at Pro Bowls every fucking year, and it's always pissed me off so bad.
When you see some of the motherfuckers that make the Hall of Fame, like, come on, man.
Eli Manning's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Dude, he beat Tom Brady. Anybody that beats Tom Brady in the Super Bowl should be in the Hall of Fame. I agree. I don't care. Like, end of story. I don't care if you
60 in yards and top 100. And
if that was the only fucking.
He's literally 500 as a quarterback.
Yeah, that was the only 13 games you won all year.
Right. You know, he only needed to win 2.
10 in the regular season, 2 or 3 in the playoffs. Like,
if
I don't
2-0 with 2 Super Bowl wins, if that were his fucking line, he played 2 games. They were both Super Bowls, and there were wins against the greatest goddamn football player we've ever seen in our lives.
It's done.
He'd be a Hall of Famer, right?
It's done.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like Brock Purdy's only lost twice to NFC teams, and it's both been the Vikings. I mean, let's go.
Wow.
I got to thinking about this. What is your guys' favorite Viking celebration ever by a player?
Oh, obviously. Randy Moss mooning Lambeau.
The mooning. Yeah, I got it on my fucking wall right over here.
Greatest. What a disgusting act.
I watch.
He is.
It is.
He moons everybody who comes into my front door.
Well,
I watched a whole highlight clip, and I miss this so much. Like, I miss.
Oh, Dante?
Yeah, bro. Like, I got to thinking, like. We haven't had, like, I mean, besides, like, the gritty and shit like that. Like, dude, that stocky fucker, like, I was like, you know, because it got me thinking about, like, quarterbacks. Yeah, yes. Bro, like.
It's not a touchdown celebration, but always classic, the lasso.
God, that was a good one. That's a good one. Bro, what about
John Randall?
Am I going to say his name right? Grenade? How do we say it?
He's got a fun one.
Dude, that motherfucker puts his knee up to his face.
Yeah.
Like Ray Lewis.
His fucking hamstrings are got to be like, I bet you that guy has like a fucking 80-inch vertical.
Martin Grammatica. Don't celebrate too hard.
Holy shit. I bet you he could kick
that
field
guy
goals.
Tore his MCL or ACL, didn't he? Celebrating.
Yeah, the kicker.
After a game-winning kick. Yeah.
Yo, jump.
Tampa Bay. Yeah. Oh, God, that's good. I don't even remember, like, did Chris Carter have a fucking touchdown dance?
He just kind of usually fell to his knees and, like, you know, did one of these things.
Oh, pray to God. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. That was a good one. I'm
gonna go with Robert Smith. I'm pretty sure he just gave the ball to the referee.
Yeah,
Spin doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
What was Smith? I don't remember.
I think he just gave the ball to the referee.
One every time.
He did the old college. Here you go.
He got the handoff, got to the line of scrimmage, did a spin move, and then he was gone. Like that.
Dude,
that was
Robert
pretty
Smith
much
was a
it.
fucking track star, man. I love fucking watching him pull away from people.
Yep.
Dude, can we fucking talk a little bit about Aaron Jones, though? I mean, we've got to fuck. He's been fucking terrific. Passing game, running game, it just doesn't matter.
Huge.
Bro, go ahead, Tyler.
I did not realize he was that good.
Mm.
Dude, he's great. And you know what?
Put in pass and on the edges, but I never seen him hit holes in the middle like this and burst like that.
Right. He looks real healthy.
Yeah.
I hope he stays healthy. And
I
that's why we don't see him, because he's in our division and he's always been hurt, right? Like by week 6, he's always hurt.
Yeah, but he always toasts us, though.
He always does toast.
4 fucking touchdowns a game, I swear, when he plays us.
Yeah.
But it was always in the pass game and on the edges. I don't feel like, I mean, obviously they did, but I just never realized how good he was inside.
I remember him beating us on screens quite a bit.
Oh, yes.
Every time.
Yeah.
A winning
the
culture.
guy is hard. He falls forward all the time. He's always going to get you 2 or 3. And boy, his burst, like he's hitting holes hard. And I got to say, and this goes to the offensive line too. And that scheme, I mean, that running scheme obviously is the best running scheme in football. That zone running scheme that they run just works, just simply works, makes everyone better.
You don't have to be the best run blockers. I mean, it's simple.
Yeah.
But he brings a winning culture too. You know, there's not a lot of guys on our team because we're all
with experience. Young. We're so young. Yeah.
I mean, like he has the winning culture. He knows what it takes. And to hear him say that, you know, hey, nobody's giving us a shot here, and what I'm seeing here, this is fucking special. Like, I mean, this is special shit. He's been on Super Bowl teams.
Believe
like,
myself, yeah.
Good about fucking pessimistic Anthony finally fucking seeing something here.
It's hard not to believe in Brian Flores. The man has entertained me on the side of the ball that I didn't really watch in the past. But this team is a delight to watch play defense. Just really a delight. And also, the most surprising thing is how much fun they've been to watch offensively.
Yeah, because it's not frustrating anymore.
Yeah, no. Last year was just a nightmare. After Kirk went down, Dobbs came in and had that game or 2, and then we were turning the ball over 4 times a game.
Yeah,
and it's just like, wow. And we're losing those games by a score. I told you guys, this team must be good because they can turn the ball over 4 times. It's just like, hey, oh, by the way, we got to mention this Brett Favre announcement of Parkinson's disease. Terrible.
Yeah,
did not.
That sucks. Oh, really? Yeah, those last couple of years in Minnesota probably weren't great.
Oh.
And he took a lot of heavy shots. But yeah, I'm sorry he has to go through that. I know he knows what he was getting into and what he signed up for, and he probably tell you that he'd do it again. But yeah, that sucks. Even for a guy who's defrauded the state of Mississippi. So
yeah,
he didn't know what he was getting into there. Come on, man. He was just trying to help out.
I mean, I have no idea what's going on in his head, right? Like, that's the problem with this. It's like Tua, the whole rigmarole. Like, I have no idea what the fuck could end up happening to him.
What do you think?
Tua's got to quit. Like, I mean, to have his fingers crinkle up, like, this is what, the 3rd fucking time? I mean,
done. That's scary.
For a liability issue for the NFL, it's a nightmare. Like, if you think about, they're starting to compare it on the Levitard show to the Chris Brosh situation with the blood clots. Like, he had a doctor who said, yeah, you can play. He found a doctor who said he could play, and he like, you don't understand. We cannot have this on the court. Like, we can't have it on the court, because if this happens, it would be devastating to the league, to everything. We cannot see someone die on the court. We can't see someone die on the field either. And this is coming from the biggest entity in business, I think. Like, in terms of like the amount of revenue made.
Oh, 100%.
Is the NFL one of the biggest businesses in the world? Like, it's like a fucking bank, is it not?
I would say so, yeah.
So, like, how damaging would a man? You think the man dies on the field? We come close to this with DeMar Hamlin. Was that 2 years ago now?
Yeah, it was like 630 days ago. They said something about
And
that.
it
I
had-
was like, holy shit, that was that long ago. Seemed like
Yeah.
yesterday.
No effect.
Guy that hit him too on that hip play.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the guy that, well, Tua tried to hit
Oh.
him, and it didn't really go well for him. Bad business decisions.
But then you look at a guy like Troy Aikman, who had what 87,000 concussions,
Who
but he
knows?
never like fucking keeled up and like so
Right.
maybe every person is different when they go through it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
if I'm Tua, obviously, I'm assuming as an NFL player, you take out your own insurance policy on your contract that you're paying in case you get hurt because you ain't gonna get shit. So, I mean, he's set for fucking life anyway. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
man.
but he's a football player. He don't know nothing else. Like,
Is he
I
though?
bet he
Like,
would be a
is
great
he though?
broadcaster, and I think he finally is starting. He did great interviews this year with Lebertard show. Like, he's actually a good talker now. And I would hate for him to like. He's obviously like got the TV looks. Like he looks good.
He's sexy.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it. I mean, he's a good-looking man. He could be on TV, and he could make good money doing that. But these guys are all fucking. It's like if it goes back to Brett Favre, the man kept coming back. He came back to the Jets of all places. He tried to be the guy that turned around the Jets. That's the hardest.
Well,
goddamn
not
thing to
really,
do in
not
sport.
really, not really.
And
He had a
we
no
gave him a
trade
great
clause.
opportunity.
He had a no
Oh.
trade clause. Couldn't come to the Vikings. He wanted to come to the Vikings.
He hung out,
He-
hung
he
out
was-
with supporters.
He was forced to go to the fucking Jets, show a couple dick pics, and then he's like, "Hey man, you guys love boat over there? Like I like that. Like I'll come win a Super Bowl with you guys."
And he almost did, despite turning the ball over 4 times. That team was great. How many
Dude.
great fucking football teams have we had to fucking like get into a playoff game, turn the ball over 4 times, and lose by a fucking last-minute field goal?
Shouldn't
We've
have,
had
though.
the best football teams in the history of football,
Bro, I heard
because they've been able to turn the ball over and stay in games.
I either heard on the talk show or I read an article about Bounty Gate that was all fucking made up.
No.
Some guy on the inside was stealing like pain medicine, and so they had to change it to be Bounty Gate so this guy wouldn't, because federally he would have got prosecuted more. I don't know.
Sounds like a Sean
What
Payton.
conspiracy theorists and shit are you? You are getting into some weird stuff, Brad. I'm
Bro,
glad
this
we
is
got
the
you
shit
on
I
the
hear.
show.
This is the shit I
This is
hear.
the shit I hear on TikTok.
I didn't even see that on TikTok.
Oh.
Because I can tell when it's AI generated when a guy's talking out of his
You
mouth.
can
Like
tell.
I can tell that.
What, Tyler?
How about one last shout out? Will the Thrill with the 58-yarder.
We covered that too. I declared officially that the Vikings have a kicker.
That would have
Yes!
declared from 63 too.
I know. This team, it's
Yeah.
got a chance. It's got a
Don't.
chance to
I just like
lose
how-
to the Bills in the Super Bowl.
Finally, Anthony, like you're like on, like I was on
Or
board
the
before.
Niners in the championship game.
I don't think they're gonna make it there.
I don't think so either. I think Green Bay's better than them.
Detroit? Did you say who you're talking about?
No, I don't think Detroit is good as they are last year either.
Oh.
No, I don't think San Francisco or Detroit will be in the NFC Championship game. I see either Green Bay or us.
I stated that before the season started that I thought Detroit would regress a little bit and wouldn't be as good as they
Well,
were.
it seems people have figured out how to stop their run game just a little bit or just enough because they're not averaging as much as they were in the past.
So who's the team that scares you the most, or is it even a team that scares
The
you?
Bills.
Is it a
The Bills.
coach that scares you?
The Bills.
Bills don't scare me at all.
The Bills are scary. The Bills ought to scare you.
I honestly, for me, it'd be Baltimore still, even though they're struggling.
Baltimore scares me.
Kansas City, Dallas can suck a dick. They are terrible.
Yep.
San Francisco still scary. Green Bay,
Coaching.
Pittsburgh. I don't know why the hell they have them at number 3 in the power rankings right now. Fuck that. That's dumb.
Because they've got the third best or the second best defense. No, the best defense in football.
We know who Justin Fields is. Team is they're good, but
in a bad situation. That's what we're talking about. Justin Fields, as people talked about Sam Darnold before he came to Minnesota. So you got the Chicago Bears are a failed organization. They have terrible coaching. They're going to ruin Caleb Williams. They have terrible offensive line. They are not putting the pieces in place for him to be successful, and never have. Historically, never have. So this is why I was like, "Hey, let's go get Justin Fields."
I wouldn't have minded
that guy at my team.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, Sam Darnold's looking pretty fucking good right
now. Sam Darnold seems to be a much better fit for O'Connell's offense.
And, bro, the guy can get out of trouble, too. I didn't realize.
He can move a lot better than I thought he could.
Like, I mean, it's every game. You know, and here's the deal. Us as Vikings fans, mainly you, Anthony, if the Vikings come out, go to Lambeau, lay an egg this week, like, it's not over.
No. Also, you know they're gonna goddamn water the field before the game, and Justin Jefferson isn't gonna be able to get off the goddamn line, and they're gonna fucking win the game because we're playing on a goddamn slip and slide.
That's another thing Houston didn't do. They let Justin run free for the entire first half.
Yeah.
They didn't bump him at the line once. Where are they
no
doing?
And then so
I don't know.
And then so then he gets to the second half and he doesn't have a fucking catch. It's because, dude, he was fucking burnt out from running wide open for the whole first half. Like, man, I'm done. Like,
Randy Moss is like, I'm gonna take this play off because I'm exhausted from running fucking 90 yards.
But you're not wrong. Like, if there's a team that's gonna expose us, it's someone that knows us as well as the Packers do. So,
on the Lebertard show today, they tried to say that wide receivers don't make the quarterback, and they were talking about Tyreek Hill, and I was like, Randy fucking Moss made every quarterback better. Yeah, every single one.
Here they don't. If they're superstars, they're Justin Jefferson.
That's right.
Made all those quarterbacks that look great.
Yeah.
When he
I wouldn't be surprised if Jaron Hall was able to fucking succeed in this league because of Justin Jefferson.
Well, he can't because he can't stay healthy.
Yeah. Well,
he gets concussed too many times. But like I said earlier, Tyler, the last person to throw for 400 yards in the NFL was Nick Mullins. I mean, he made Justin Jefferson didn't take a step back then. You know what I mean? Like Justin Jefferson he's good.
Worth the money. Worth giving up Stephon Diggs. Worth it all. Give the man everything. Give him the key to the city. Give him the key to my house. You can go here anytime he wants.
Like I said, like I said this before you got on, Tyler. If we go 1-2 the next 3 games, even if we go 1-3 the next 4 games, sitting at 4-3 where we're at,
and then with the easy schedule after that,
like holy shit, like
right.
Obviously, we need this momentum to continue. We need to be feared to really be a contender.
I think what we need, that we do 100%. I think people, I don't know, when you hear the quarterbacks,
it would be really much better to win the division than make it as a wild card.
Oh,
I would love a bye.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing at all. But when you have quarterbacks coming up to your, defensive coordinator, like, holy shit, man, like, what the fuck are you doing out there? Like, I mean, everybody right now, like, the Vikings defense is on notice. People are like looking at them like, holy shit. Like,
they're going to be a problem.
Nobody wants to play our team right now.
Nobody. No. And that's the thing. We lay hits on your ass. Like, motherfucker, you aren't going to feel great the next day.
I don't know if there's any missed tackles yet, man.
Right. Brian Flores coaches a fucking tackling defense.
You
can't tackle? Get the fuck out.
There's a dude right behind him waiting to clean up the
exactly.
No, isn't that
had 2 shots at Stroud, one leg came around, other leg missed, got him almost the third time, and here comes Grenard. I'll take that thing too.
I'll take that sack. Thank you very much.
But that's what's even nice, if they break off a 4 or 5, 8-yard run. I mean, there's 5 or 6 dudes like there. I mean,
a bunch of ball hawks on that fucking defense. Dude, this is exactly why he will not be a Viking next year, Brian Flores. Is because he has constructed what I believe to be the single greatest defense I have ever seen. Perhaps I have ever seen. Because, one, It's never been harder to defend offense in this sport than it is right now.
Yeah.
And
Everything's
2,
tailored towards the offense.
he's done it despite a lack of funds, right? He hasn't had money for a long time to spend on, and he's still managed to fucking acquire a lot of. Dude, they have drafted incredibly well on the defensive side of the ball.
No.
Christine.
Pat Jones? Fuck is Pat Jones, man?
Was he even drafted by us?
Metellus? Oh, yeah. Undrafted free agents. Also, the UFAs have been off the fucking chain.
I'm saying if we want to start talking about the drafts that we've had since.
Scene and Booth are both gone, but that's first year. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm saying like our drafts haven't been necessarily the best on defense.
We haven't been doing so well with defensive.
It's the guys that we pick up in free agency.
It's the UDFAs, and that's
great. And that's why, like, I like that comment. What you're saying,
the guy
Anthony.
he knows what a football player looks like. He knows what he needs in order for this to work. That's the thing. But that difference between him and Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer thinks his scheme will work with everybody.
Yep.
Whereas Brian Flores is well aware that he needs a specific type of guy in order for this scheme to work. And he goes and gets those guys. And it works so good.
I mean, like early on, like, okay, I'm going to get a jersey. I'm going to get a Chris Dolman jersey. I'm going to get a, John Randall jersey. I'm going to get a Scott Studwell jersey. I'm going to get a Robert Griffith jersey. Like, who the fuck you getting on their defense now? Like, there's no, like, superstar. They're all just a group of guys. Don't get me wrong, Harrison Smith, the long-term guy. But who are you getting? Nobody. Like,
I like Van Ginkel a lot.
I'm not going to disagree.
But I think if I had to pick one that was going to stick around, I'd go with Metellus.
Metellus is another one. Ivan Pace is another one. Cam Bynum is another one. I mean, like, our defense is
all over the defense, man. All over.
The other thing, Andre Carter's just waiting there, too, to bust out, too. There was a lot of great reports of him.
Tell us about Andre Carter. I don't know anything about this person.
Well, I think he's from UCLA. He's undrafted.
Yeah.
He's big. He's just a dog. He's big, strong, fast.
Yes.
But he just went unnoticed for whatever reason. And
I thought we released him. Did we get him back on the practice squad?
No, did we? No way. There was huge reports out of it. What?
I might have bursted your bubble. I'm pretty sure we got rid of him.
Nice bubble.
No.
He's on the squad at least.
He's not on the
I'm
roster.
asking Google currently. Well, I mean, if he's on the practice squad, he's not going to be on the roster.
Well, they brought up Redmond was on the practice squad this week, and he came in and got a sack.
Wikipedia has him on our team.
Yeah, he's still there. Come on now. That's a nice bubble. Let me have my bubble.
He's not. I don't think he's on the 53-man roster.
No, he's not. But there are going to be injuries. Jesus Christ, he is a fucking monster.
Right?
I'm just looking at a picture of him for the first time.
Dude,
Holy smokes!
That's a man.
He went to the Army.
Yeah.
He is a man. That's not someone you want to fuck with.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Man defends our country. I can't believe I just said our country. I'm feeling really good about the direction of the election. Anywho.
Yeah, he must be on the practice squad. He's not on the team.
All right.
That's
well,
great.
Mike's not here, but it's getting late, and the Aces are just starting against Seattle, and I'd like to watch that game. So we got to talk about how the Twins have just 2 more wins than the Vikings over the last 3 weeks.
What a dynamite stat.
Brad, kudos to Brad for bringing that stat to us.
Only
5 wins to 3 wins over the last 3 weeks. The Vikings are almost beating the Twins despite playing probably a dozen games. Jesus, that is bad. It's not only just bad that they're losing, they're getting fucking absolutely blown out. Yeah.
Like when I was there 2 weeks ago playing the fucking lowly Cincinnati Reds, I was like, yay, right. I get to watch Ella De La Cruz, man. This is going to be sweet, but we're going to fucking win. They score 1 run, I think, in the 2nd inning. Like, yay. By the 6th inning, I'm sitting out on a fucking patio overlooking the train, where I can't see anything. And I'm just drinking out there
Because
with my
it's what?
family. Because it's like 10-1.
It's probably one of the only series where they just balled out and beat the shit out of him, and the manager almost got fired mid-series. He's about to get fired, right?
But then I couldn't
if he
believe.
misses the playoffs, he'll be fired.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't believe we leave the game and walk downtown, and downtown is like we won the fucking goddamn ALCS.
It's because all those San Franciscans were down there spending money.
fucking,
That and the live music that was going on. It was wild. Did you see those TikTok videos? Check out TikTok videos of ours on Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play. Brad and I had ourselves a time while I had COVID while he was down here.
it was fun. It was fun.
Holy shit, did we get smashed?
God, I got fucking drunk.
Oh boy, haven't been that drunk in a long time.
Hey,
Long time.
did my cousin come with you that night?
Yeah, Buck and I went to try and go get some of that. Is it bread pudding or rice pudding over at the Irish place or Kieran's? Yeah, Kieran's Irish pub. But yeah, kitchen was closed, so we just had a drink and then we parted ways. And I told him, I was like, "Hey, come over for the game tomorrow." I even told him he could stay on my fucking in my spare room.
Because I thought that's what the plan was.
Where did he end up? Did he not
I don't
stay
know.
with you that night? Jesus Christ, he could still be in jail for fucking DUI. Buck, if you're out there, text us. Let us know you're okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Jesus Christ, man. He hasn't texted me at all. Maybe he fell in with a bad crowd and now he's like in treatment or something. No, Buck fucking defended this country too as a national.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go.
Oh, fucking national hero. But yeah, the Twins suck, and they're probably going to miss the playoffs, and they're going to be the only team besides the White Sox, the worst team
What's
since
the
1900.
What's the Royals looking at right now?
Miss the playoffs out of the AL Central.
They have been this terrible, and they're still only one game out.
Yeah, and then if they tie, they've got the tiebreaker too, I think.
I know.
So
I want them to make it.
I really do too, because
they deserve it.
they don't. But goddamn, if you get Pablo in there, you can pitch him. You can win a game.
100%.
Game. So if you can win one, then Christ, I don't know why we're not going with the opener more often. Like, why aren't we starting just jacks? Just go through
Holy
the lineup
shit.
once.
I mean, bro, we got a chance to be in there right now.
No,
If somehow we can come back, the Royals are 0-0 with the Nationals in the top of the ninth.
Jesus.
Jeez. Yeah, they've been scudding, but what? Detroit
is on
the hottest team in
baseball.
They might win the whole fucking thing. Wouldn't that be something?
They're like
they've got a Cy Young Award winner.
That Skyball.
Scooball.
God,
he's amazing.
They were about to trade his ass too.
Wow, that would have been real silly.
Because
I've always liked him. He'd been on my fantasy teams for years.
He was pretty bad his first couple of years, but man, when he turned it on,
I mean, they literally have a chance to actually have the top seed as a wild card team.
No, they don't. Who?
Baltimore could lose the next 4 games of the year.
You're talking about Detroit, not the Twins.
Detroit. Well, the Twins too. The Twins too could fight back.
No, they can't because they don't have the fucking ammo. They don't have the weaponry. They are literally like on their last legs in terms of pitching in that. Oh,
we've got the offense. Awful. I just don't understand it.
They don't. They can't. They are fucking.
Oh, what a shitty pitch!
Offensively.
Get thrown out, Correa. Sorry.
That's all right.
That's why we need Robo.
We need Mike. Where the fuck is Mike? God damn it! He's hanging out with his fucking fellow attorneys. Goddamn, supposed to be here representing us. Anywho,
can't lie. I have not watched many Twins games lately.
I have been watching a lot of baseball the last.
You turned it on at the wrong time, bud.
I sure did. Yeah, I've seen him lose quite a bit. So yeah.
So let's go. One last thing.
Softball season is right around the corner, and it's volleyball season.
Let's go one last
thing. And the
thing.
Gophers are ranked.
Nice.
What do you guys? How do you put this? Like I don't even know how to put it.
Yes.
What is a disappointment for the Vikings this year after starting off 3-0?
Oh, I'm not going to be
I'm not going
disappointed.
to put that out there.
No.
It's injury, and I'm not going to say it out loud.
Yeah, that's the only thing is I know as soon as Sam Darnold goes down, this is all coming to a crashing halt.
not.
Or if they lose somebody at corner or the offensive line, it's too. You can't do that now. It's too.
Let's
early
say
in the
I'm saying in a perfect world.
I'm not putting expectations on their season because I didn't have any to start with.
I
expected them to. No, because they fucking look at their franchise history, motherfucker. All they do is lose. My expectation is for them to lose. So I'm not going to be disappointed by anything they do because hopefully this is a team this is the closest thing to a professional wrestling team that I have. Because
it should be in the script.
They exist
It should be in the
entertain
script.
me. Whether they win or lose, they tend to entertain me because they lose in fucking glorious fashion and they win.
Get out
in seemingly glorious fashion. So I love this team. Like they're like my fifth favorite team besides like the Outrunners of AEW. Let's see. The Acclaimed, because everyone loves the Acclaimed. And let's see, who else do I love?
I'll put mine out there. If we don't win the division, I'm upset right now after this start.
Oh yeah, University of Minnesota Gophers volleyball. Yeah, that would be up there before the Vikings probably.
Jesus.
Let's see who else. The Lynx. The Lynx definitely way before the Vikings. And then there's two WNBA teams that are also before the Vikings. So the Sun, the Aces. So the Vikings would probably be my seventh favorite team behind two tag teams. What's that?
Not doing yourself any favors here on a Vikings podcast.
I know what to expect. That's all I'm saying. And I'm in it for the entertainment. Like I said, fucking 5 years ago, I don't even know how many years ago. Give me Colin Kaepernick and lose. That's what I'd rather have. Entertain me and lose. I don't care. You could go 0-16.
I'll tell you mine.
0-17.
I'll tell you mine. If this defense is high flying, fast, high energy, if they get way too cocky on defense and they start beating themselves because of that, that's disappointing.
Right.
If they start doing stupid ass penalties after the play is over.
No, that's not a Brian Flores defense. What will happen is they'll give up big plays.
If they get cocky like that, though, that's
if they start blitzing at, like you said, a 2/3 rate, 65%, like they used to, and get beat on the big play, that would be disappointing. That's a good answer. That's a better answer than mine. But I mean, I'm really not. I'm not going to be disappointed because again, I have no expectations for this team. All they do is lose.
You do now, motherfucker.
Yeah, hey, Tyler, I was at the 49ers game. 45% of the fucking stadium was 49ers fans. Yeah. It was disgusting.
It's crazy.
It was like gross.
By the start of the second half, it was 50% Vikings fans because all the Giants fans left in the first game. So
well, we travel well.
Who knows? We've only played Daniel Jones.
Do we play the Rams in LA? Because that'll be half Vikings fans.
Not sure.
No, we play them at home.
Stupid London game. That's bullshit.
Yeah, you just throw those again. We already discussed that. It's just a throwaway game. We don't mind if we win. We don't mind if we lose. It's just a fucking bullshit game. Fucking stupid.
Rodgers gonna get arthritis in his dick because he's so old flying over there. So we don't gotta worry.
He said today on Pat McAfee that he's scared of us.
Who's scared?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah. It's the first honest.
Rodgers should be scared.
He says we got a good thing going.
No shit. We got the best defense in football.
Expectations.
I mean, I know the Steelers have allowed fewer points, but we've been turning the fucking ball over like crazy. We've been around the ball like crazy. I think we're the best defense in football.
I mean, in the power rankings, we have moved up the most out of any fucking team.
Again, that's because we had no expectations at the beginning of the year.
I did.
Yeah, Brad did. And that is where we will end this show.
I said 11 wins. We're a third of the way there almost.
It's exciting to be a Vikings fan, even though I gave up on them and became a Lions fan after they lost to the Giants. But we won't talk about that.
We'll take you
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
First
It has been
17
a
and 0
lifelong-
season ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. For Foul Play-by-Play, I'm Anthony Variano. I'd like to thank Bradley Haas and Tyler Culver for joining me. And I'd like to thank you for joining us. You can find us at Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play on TikTok, at Foul Play-by-Play on YouTube, and at foulplaybyplay.com.
Hey,
Thanks, boys.
What about our OnlyFans?
Soon to come, Brad's OnlyFans. We'll have to workshop that.
That's where we make the money, bro.
Yeah, next show. That's how we pay for this fiasco.
That's
I
right.
Like I like it.
Feet, boy, let me see them feet.
Oh,
All right, boys. Love you. Bye.
Peace.
That's a fun show. Yeah, it's been a rough one. They're going to
So
miss the playoffs.
Oh yeah, 100. Unless they get extremely fucking lucky, but why would you?
Detroit's not doing any favors for them. Kansas City's more
Detroit
likely
won't.
to do them favors. Yeah.
I don't know what the Kansas City score is.
Are they all playing today? God, these last
Detroit
couple
already
weeks,
won.
These last couple weeks of the season are effing awesome. So fun though. The expanded wild card is a great idea. The Royals are no score mid-third. They're playing the Nationals though, so they got a pretty good chance of winning that game. Well, what else is new?
Nothing, I don't think.
What games are you coming out to?
I was already out there for one.
You're not coming out to any more?
I have no idea.
Because if you guys come out for the Arizona game, we could see Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks on Black Friday, and then
would be expensive as fuck. I bet.
Oh, it would be worth it though. And then we could do Thanksgiving at my place, the old Anthony's Thanksgiving Extravaganza 2.0.
You know, I've never seen those fuckers score a goal.
I know. Well, you will this season if you come.
And when I went to Cullen Casey on fucking Cat Grizz night, when you guys had your fucking broken leg.
It wasn't broken. It was surgically repaired. Big difference.
And he was being a fucking poor sport and wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And then they scored like fucking 2 goals.
Yeah, but didn't he come out for the fucking Dallas game and they scored like 30 on us in the first half?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
at least Saturday was good though.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Cats, man?
They're the best running football team in the world. And they should just keep running the ball. Really bothers me when they get away from the run, when they can average like 8 yards a carry with 3 different dudes.
I would say run less, like they have been with Butte America. I like that.
But I guess in these games you want to try out the passing game.
Yeah,
you know, these are gimmies. They've played nobody yet. Like really, even their.
This will be our first game, Idaho State, and Idaho State's nothing.
Yeah.
What a lucky schedule to get all of our tough games at home.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Grizz game just alternates every year, so that's
it's still. I mean, it's
lining up for us that we're taking. Well, who else do we have at home?
Idaho, arguably the #1 team in the FCS.
I don't know. They're not.
Do you see what they've done against FBS schools, man?
I haven't. No.
They took Oregon to the fucking wire.
You're talking about the Vandals?
Yeah.
Fucking great name for a team. Love that shit. So they're good, huh?
Oh, they're tough. I think they're up to. They're 4th now.
Really? Jesus Christ! So it's the Dakotas, it's MSU, it's Idaho, and then Montana.
No, Montana's like 8 or 9.
Oh, they took an L.
Yeah.
That's right. And to an FBS school, though.
I don't care. We didn't lose one.
We also played one of the worst ones there is.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, we got just so lucky, man.
Well, we need some luck.
We go to Idaho State. We have Northern Colorado at home. We have Idaho at home. We go to Portland State.
Whatever.
That's always a shit box playing
I
there.
know.
Eastern Washington, the red turf, that sucks. But Eastern Washington sucks this year.
Do they?
Sac State, they're pretty good at home. UC Davis, they're trash. And then Montana. Yeah. I mean, we could run. We should. I don't know.
Run the table. We shouldn't lose a game. We should be the #1 seed. God, that's what we need to win a fucking national championship.
We need to be the 1 or 2 seed.
Yep. If we get to Frisco, I mean, Shoop and I go, we have a pact. We're going to every goddamn championship game they ever make. We so far have done so in our life.
I think this is the first, North Dakota State, I don't think is as good.
They don't scare me. South Dakota scares me, though.
They
will forever scare me.
I think we got their number, though, man. Obviously,
we were in it last year. We were in that game last year. If we have a kicker, anyone who can kick the fucking football, where we could be champions.
I'd prefer to play them in the semis, though. I really would. I'd rather play them at home or at their place than down there.
Our kicker is a Kautzman. I'm related to the Kautzmans. I'm pretty sure he's like a second or third cousin. But has he kicked the ball yet? Because he hasn't been healthy.
He kicked a couple field goals on Saturday.
Good. That's good. Good. All right. Well, it's 7:20. We can start the show. We'll let you get some of your Vikings takes out. Start Vikings. Then I'll talk Lynx for a while, and then maybe
we can talk. Let's talk Lynx real quick.
Okay. Leading with the ladies. Here we go.